Okay, it is the end of the first session of day 3 of the second test match between India-England, and you'd have to say this session clearly belongs to the visiting team, that is England. 4 wickets they've picked up. They could have had India on the mat, something that was unthinkable yesterday. At the end of day 2, we all pretty much agreed that it was, India's game, way ahead in the match. Even now, overall, you'd have to still say it's India's game, primarily down to that 143 run lead that they got in the first innings. But England have staged a comeback, courtesy the 4 wickets that they picked. It could have very well been 32 for 3 for the Indian team at one stage. Wasn't to be. Lucky escape for Shubman Gill.
Yes.
And guess what? Now he's sitting on 60, sitting pretty on 60 of 78 balls at a very healthy strike rate of 76. Tells you that, he's getting back his confidence that he may have lost. But it was a game of fine margins in the first session that we saw. We'll discuss, plenty to talk about, joined by my 3 colleagues. England coming back, but are they 50-50?
No, it's still 70-30 in India's favour. The only way it's 50-50 is if in the second session, England somehow wrap them up. That's the only way, because then England have given themselves 7 sessions to chase down whatever target is there. That's the only way I say it's 50-50, because right now, India need one good batting partnership, get the lead to 400, you've batted England out of the game.
And they are 273 ahead. For them to get 400 is about another 130 odd runs.
Exactly.
Less than that, in fact. So, which with 6 wickets in hand shouldn't be a problem. And the other thing that we've noticed as of now, that the pitch is still good for batting. So, whatever wickets have come England's way, courtesy some fine bowling, some great fielding, which we'll talk about. I think, one standout feature of this English team in both test matches so far has been some outstanding fielding, whether it is from their wicketkeeper or the ground fielders. We'll talk in detail about that. Courtesy that they've got India at 130 for 4. But you'd imagine that they'll get that 130 odd more, that 400 run mark that they're looking at. Still seems a possibility, all down to Shubman Gill. 60 thoughts, first session.
Absolutely. I mean, see, England will be happier because they have gotten, they've run through the top order basically, barring a Shubman Gill. Now, after Akshar Patel, your weak underbelly of the Indian batting is there. Ashwin has hung in, Bharat has not shown that much of confidence with the bat. Kuldeep, Jasprit, Mukesh are not big hitters. They can just hang in there and get the scoring rate going.
You know what that reminds me of? You could continue after that. Because you said Akshar and after that the underbelly would be shown. Akshar Patel is batting at number 6. No disrespect to Akshar Patel. We like him as a batter. But my fondest memory of watching Indian cricket was during the 90s and early 2000s. At one stage, VVS Lakshman used to bat at number 6. Just telling you how far or how back Indian batting has gone. Akshar Patel is your number 6. Again, no disrespect to him. I think he bats like a proper batter. But just a comparison, we had the Indian team where Lakshman was number 6. Now Akshar Patel is 6.
Look at that batting lineup. Virendra Sehwag, Gautam Gambhir, Rahul Dravid, Sachin Tendulkar, Saurav Ganguly, VVS Lakshman. Then I think you would have MS Dhoni. Wow.
So,
enough said. So, look, I think the way how the key wicket in this entire session was Jaiswal. I mean, the way how Anderson got him, he was threatening to do that in the first innings also. But I think Anderson got a bit more swing, and this one went with the angle, slightly fuller, and Jaiswal nicked it off to root.
But as much as I will give credit to Anderson for the fine bowling that he did, but I think that Jaiswal wicket is also primarily Jaiswal's fault, because Jaiswal in the first innings was so judicious, so wise in what to play and what not to play, because he wanted to get a big total on board. After the 200, I felt slightly casual in that particular shot to have gotten out. I think the Jaiswal of the first innings wouldn't have been out to that ball. It wasn't a Jasprit Bumrah Yorker or a reverse swing ball that you had to play at. I think that Jaiswal dismissal, because sometimes that I've done my job for this test match. Sometimes you have that feeling, I've done my job. Most other times he would have been much. I think Jaiswal of first innings wouldn't have been out to this shot.
Yeah, I mean, and I think he was undone, ironically, if you look at it, by too much of swing in the first innings. And this is not the first time he's fallen to this kind of a shot. You would remember in South Africa also, Nandre Berger used to pitch it up. He would go for the drive and edge it to the slip also. Yashasvi would have that tendency. But had Yashasvi stuck to the crease, I think India's lead in this session would have gone past 300. Despite 4 wickets being lost, I would have still called it India's session if Jaiswal was there at the end. But then it was not meant to be. But yeah, the difference.
But Gill is there.
Gill is there, thankfully.
So 4 down, India 130. But if Jaiswal was there, it was good. But now Gill is there, is not good.
I'm talking about the lead. India's lead will cross 300 by this time because of his quick batting.
30 more runs.
Yeah, 30 more runs.
But Gill has been, that's what I'm saying, hasn't Gill kind of compensated? We'll get to his shaky start a little. Has he not compensated for Yashasvi Jaiswal not being there? Because Gill, you wouldn't have expected 60 off in the form that he was. So he did not get 60 at a quick pace. Jaiswal got it. You still pretty much would be there and thereabout.
You could be. Thankfully, Shubman Gill capitalized on. Looking at, he survived LBW shot. Luckily, got inside edge on it.
He survived 2 LBW shots. Really, one was the inside edge, one was umpire's call. Because that inside edge one looked, I think without the inside edge, he was a goner.
Yeah, he was gone.
Of the naked eye, he was.
He had no idea he had the inside
because he took so long to.
No, because I could see he goes to Shreyas for the review. If he knew he was an inside edge, he
would have
wouldn't
reviewed
even ask
correct.
Shreyas Iyer. He would have reviewed it himself. He goes to Shreyas Iyer just to ask, should I review? Is it missing? Shreyas Iyer also not 100% confident, but he's like, okay, chalo, I have 3 reviews, I'll ask it. Then you go, and that inside edge is like so slight, so he had no idea. And then if you see the replay, they cut to his face, he's smiling. Shubman, he knew that I have been saved. You know, the Almighty has been looking after me.
Yeah.
This is a life. And then there was another life.
Anderson, that one also to the naked eye, I'm like, oh dear God, he's a goner. Then you see umpires, I'm like, ooh, very close.
That's
very
the
close.
thing. So yes, luckily Shubman Gill has compensated, and it could be a rather vital career-saving 50, may I dare say. Because look, throughout this period, from this end, ever since he got that 50 against the West Indies, he's not a bad patch. And at coming in at number 3, it might soothe some nerves. So I think this session, England may have dominated, but it is a career-saving one for Shubman Gill in that sense.
Okay, let's talk about Shubman Gill.
Before that, I feel, according to me, it's still 60-40 in favor of India. As of now, England would be really happy with this session because again,
60-40 only?
Yeah.
I'm surprised. I would still say 70-30.
They're fancying their chances. They know that anything less than 400, India would come under pressure, and they know that they are the ones who can actually.
What is the highest 4th innings total ever chased in India?
Highest 4th
would be
innings.
India, Chennai?
387.
Yeah, India in Chennai.
But it's again England, they have made new records even in the 5th test when India went. So they would be fancying their chances. They know, they are seeing the conditions. It's still not viciously turning. It's just the odd ball is staying down. And they know that after this, Akshar Patel is already looking tentative. Shubman Gill is looking a bit tentative. And a very big reason for not sending Bharat at this point also was that they don't have, the Indian team doesn't have that much of confidence on Bharat, because they knew if sending Bharat at this time, still about 3-4 overs were left. I think when that Patidar fell, another wicket would have gone, then it would have been more pressure on the Indian side.
I also think that had something to do with forcing England to change tactic with the bowlers. Bring in a left-hander kind of forces them, because when they had 2 right-handers out, England pretty much took Bashir out of the lineup, and Bashir was a bowler that the Indians were trying to target. Now with Akshar there, as far as conventional matchups go, you might want to bring in the off-spinner to kind of get the left-hander. They may have tried to target him, because otherwise, if you look at how England's spinners were bowling, Hartley was showing control, but not much beyond that. Bashir was being targeted. Rehan, I think, was the best spinner in this particular thing. And of course, he's someone who's not condition specific. He's not condition specific by any stretch of the imagination.
While I know it's been tactical, India has been sending a left-hander slightly higher, whether it's Akshar or Jadeja earlier. They do send them. But in this case, it's a no-brainer. Even if it's not tactical, I think you're sending Akshar ahead of a Bharat.
It's a better batter.
Absolutely. So even if it's not tactical, there is a complete understanding you send him. But I'm just, taking on from what Shashwat said, 60-40, I'd still say 70-30 for me, India. Simply because, we spoke about the highest run chase, 387.
Yes.
That too, India has got. If you look at a visiting team, I don't think it'll be more than 240 or something like that. That would have been chased in the 4th innings. I agree, as Shashwat makes it a point that, this England team have been breaking records, coming up with newer things. But I still think it'll be a bridge too far once you go past 400. No matter the pitch, no matter how flat it is, scoreboard pressure, even if you're in the 380 range, it's not. And that is what...
380, 400 is still a long way from here. 110 runs more from here approximately.
You think 110 this Indian batting last?
Again, I feel that from here, Bharat, Ashwin, Kuldeep, Bumrah, Mukesh, you know, I know they can still hang in there. You might just touch 450 also. I wouldn't be surprised then also. But still, England, as I'm just thinking in the shoes of England right now, they would be fancying their chances. They know that they can get rid of someone like a Bharat, Ashwin, and the rest of them really soon. So they would, I still be fancying their chances. And plus, I think the last game also, when they came back from a 190 run trailing point, they came back. I think that belief is would also be playing on their heads.
But that was also because of the way the pitch was. Today they are in this good position only because of a Jimmy Anderson. But how much of a role can Jimmy Anderson play, considering he's a pacer? How long can he bowl? So the problem is that they do not have a multiple pronged attack that can put India under pressure. That's why I don't see India again collapsing. They had a good chance at the beginning, which is why I'm really surprised. I was baffled by Ben Stokes' captaincy first session. I think he really, as a captain, wasn't up there. One, I think he bowled Jimmy Anderson 4 overs at the start. Yes. I'm sure he could have gone with 6. Those 2 overs could have changed the whole complexion of the game. You had India on the map. He got you close again. Gill was surviving by a very small margin. So what would you do? If I was Ben Stokes, I surely would have given Jimmy Anderson 2 more overs. It's not that, and it's again the start of the day. It's not the second or the third session where he's already bowled a few overs in first session or second session. Is the third session, last session of the day. I can't use him for more than a 4 over burst. I would have had him for 6 overs, because then you wouldn't have allowed Shubman Gill to go through. Today, Shubman Gill needs to thank not just his lucky stars where he survived, but also that pressure that was taken off. The other thing that I find baffling with Ben Stokes, I know it works, is that the 50-50 feel that he puts. So it's the catchers are not really in catching position. They're not also in the boundary. He puts them somewhere in the middle, that 50-50 approach. I know it works, and it has worked for England. But today, with the Shubman Gill struggling at that time, you put no pressure on him. At one stage, it looked like he could not put bat to ball. He was so nervous. That edge that he gets, he had no business to even allow that ball to hit his pad. It was a ball that pitched. It wasn't even an arm ball. It wasn't even a big turner. You just play for that. It was just a regular ball there that he should have played for a left arm spinner. He was so tentative in that particular shot. So what did you do? No close-in fielders. The ones who are in catching position are also not really close-in, but somewhere a little further away. And Jimmy Anderson bowls only 4 overs, you take him out. You put pressure there, India at this stage would have been not 130, 20-30 run short, because Gill wouldn't have gotten that aggressive. You would have been 100 for probably 5 or 6. That's where they were in the game.
I'll add another point there, is that you're talking about his captaincy. Another thing which I found baffling, his constant use of Shoaib Bashir with 2 right-handers at the crease. You have 2 batters who are, let's be honest, fighting for their spot in the 11 right now, both of whom playing for their position as much as they're playing for their team. Let's make no bones about it. And you've got a leg spinner in Rehan Ahmed who can very easily turn the ball both away from the right-hander and into the right-hander. Attacking option, could potentially get you a wicket. Yes, has sometimes been expensive, but that is something you take with a wrist spinner. Wrist spinners are always going to attack, so it's a 2-pronged approach, right? They're either going to get you wickets or they're going to be expensive. You kept bowling Bashir and you allowed them to settle. Gill is using his feet to Bashir, targeting him, hitting for a 6. Shreyas Iyer was also going after him. If not going after him for 4s, he was getting him away for the 1s and 2s, because he knows Bashir is not going to be doing anything that's going to trouble me. A Shoaib Bashir, good bowler as he clearly has the potential to be, he's not bowling in the best of conditions here. Not the conditions required to, bring out the maximum of his skill set. Whereas you have a Rehan, yes I know, young, yes I know, can be erratic, but when you finally brought him on, he did get you a wicket. That wicket taking option is a necessity. You need wickets. You're not going to choke the flow of runs here. You need to get wickets. You get wickets, then only, and you have a chance of winning this game. Otherwise, forget about it. I think he underbowled Rehan when you had 2 right-handers. You need to be bowling your leg spinner at that point in time.
Okay, let's talk about the 3 Indian batters, one by one. Let's start with Rohit Sharma.
Peach of a delivery. I mean, was the perfect delivery, and you didn't want to get that first stop. I mean, you're just settling in first 10 minutes of a day, coming in with the angle, nipping away, straightening, off stump goes cartwheeling. When luck is not with you, luck is not with you.
So it's only a good ball, or you're...
No, I feel that he's been tentative all throughout this series till now, and again I feel it was the same sort of dismissal that he had in the first innings of Bashir, because again I know spinner and pacer, but his feet weren't reaching the ball. So again I feel that was something. He's been a little tentative and a little casual approach he has showed till now.
इनका approach थोड़ा casual है. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, definitely.
What, is that a meme?
Yeah. You haven't seen it?
No,
Sure,
what is it?
So this is, I think, some reality show, something where this man is judging. He's saying, इनका entry ना थोड़ा casual सा है. I'm sure Shubman would know.
Is that the case with Rohit?
Yeah.
Casual सा है.
Again that delivery could have been, I don't know, like I thought that it's a little casual approach. He should have survived.
I think we're being harsh on Rohit. That was just Goteson doing Goteson things. No, you're not. He could have attacked that ball and his stump would have still gone cartwheeling.
Yeah.
See, I agree.
Stunning ball, no doubt. Stunning.
Yeah, stunning ball was definitely
Up there, right.
But your assessment, first innings, he didn't show any intent there. But here, what could he have done with that kind of a delivery?
Exactly.
No, I still feel that if he would have reached for the delivery, I think he could have survived.
But he wouldn't have reached for the delivery because it was angling in. That's where I'm saying you have to give the bowler his due sometimes. It
And
can't
you
always
see
be
that
down
he
to
was
poor
on the
batsmen.
front foot slightly.
Definitely, I'm not taking anything away from the ball. Just being in Rohit Sharma's position, I think that he should.
Sure. You're entitled to it.
Fair enough.
If I was also to look at it, I would give full. Like, I'm not going to judge an Ollie Pope putting out to that Yorker, or for that matter even Root. I know Root could have avoided playing that ball, but
Again,
it was
the
a
angle.
reverse swing, the angle, all of that. So certain deliveries, or Ben Stokes as well, beat him completely for that cutter. So certain deliveries outstanding. Though I think it's in the realm of Ben Stokes' dismissal, this Rohit Sharma, where I think Ben Stokes also could have done something differently, but it was an outstanding ball. Maybe he could have done differently, but in this case, I'm still siding with
Bumrah gave
Anderson.
Yeah, Bumrah gave an example that he came with the PC yesterday. I mean, he kind of understood why Ben Stokes had that kind of a reaction, because he saw the shine. He thought that the ball would go away, but it went straight on. Bumrah is doing two things in that reverse swing spell. He's getting the ball to reverse away, which is a novelty. Not many. You see many people get the ball to reverse swing it in, but he's doing it away. And sometimes looking at the shine, you would think that perhaps it's going away, but it's coming in. So that is what the
That's
genius
because he does it with his wrists.
Yes.
He changes, and interesting that Bumrah said. He said that he learned reverse swing before swing.
Before conventional swing.
He said in India, if you have to be a successful fast bowler, you have to learn reverse swing before. Then okay, you can learn swing, because that swing will anyway last for 4 overs. Not going to help you. The reverse swing will last many overs.
I mean, looking at the roads that Pakistan produce nowadays, the same roads were there even in the 90s. But what was the difference? Two geniuses
Knew to reverse the ball.
mastering the art of reverse swing. If Wasim doesn't get you, Waqar will. And Waqar was like, I mean, I remember one author writing about it. Wasim was like the samurai warrior just slicing through effortlessly. Waqar was this time bomb waiting to tick.
I mean, just yesterday, I remember I was doing the shot on Bumrah. He's now the second quickest to get to 150 wickets, 34 tests. Waqar took 27.
Yeah, Waqar
27? That is...
Yeah.
Both are familiar, okay? They have got similar career projections. Waqar, all format brilliant, also troubled by back injuries, let me tell you. And Bumrah back injuries, but it's an all format great.
So Waqar is quicker for sure.
Oh, for sure.
But also in Waqar's case, he wasn't putting too much pressure on his back and shoulder, because he had a very smooth, longish run up where he was building up pace. In Bumrah's case, there's nothing. There's no build up for the run up. It's all his shoulder and that last bit of energy, that explosive energy that he gets, where there's extra pressure on the back, on the shoulder, all of that.
Yeah, but Yunus, he was more conventional. So
Yeah.
he definitely, that helped him. With Bumrah, convention goes right out the window. I mean, this is the guy who, before he's pitching it, the seam is facing here, his hand is doing a punch, convention goes out the window, but it's effective. So, hey.
Yep.
He's like Virat Kohli, that catch.
That catch, yes.
Exactly like that. Okay, we're done with one batter. Let's turn to the other one in Shubman Gill. We spoke about it, and I think that is a common consensus. Very, very lucky to have survived that initial spell. But I think that's the best example. If you had to meet an American who has no idea about cricket, and if you had to tell him that, a test cricket is about a game of patience and things can turn around quickly, I think this would be the best inning to show that person that, a few close calls here and there, and all it takes is that little bit of luck and your thing can change. In Shubman's case, it's not just this particular match, it's not just this particular inning that's changed. He's actually playing for his career. He's playing for his test career. Has this inning given him a fresh lease of life?
At least for
pressure?
now.
Because there was, if KL Rahul and Virat Kohli hypothetically were to return for the next test match, you would have had to make 2 spots. One, of course, Rajat Patidar would have gone, and it could have been a toss-up between Gill, Shreyas Iyer. But Gill at 60 not out, Shreyas Iyer back in the hut at 20 out, done for this. Does that make the decision
Easier.
110%.
It does.
And I still feel that even if he would not have gotten runs, I think if it's about dropping players, I think he's third in line. It's Shreyas Iyer and Patidar before Shubman Gill.
Okay, let me reverse the situation. Shubman Gill out for whatever, that's initial no inside edge, gone for 6, 7, whatever it was, gone. And Shreyas Iyer batting 60 not out of 78 balls, and we are at lunch. And now you're picking.
100% Shubman goes out.
Yeah, because why I asked that? Because he is of the opinion, doesn't matter what Shubman does.
I don't think that's what he's saying. I think what he's saying is that both of them got out for say 30, 31, 32.
No. He says no matter what,
Yeah.
it would have been.
Oh, no.
No, I mean to say that if I'm saying if Shubman would have gotten out for 29 and Shreyas Iyer batting at 60 would have come out and gotten out at 60, 65-ish, I think still it would have been.
No, I'm saying
Shubman
this.
Gill.
So I'm not. If I'm saying exact this situation, Shubman Gill is back in the hut for 29, and Shreyas Iyer batting at 60 not out of 78 right now, and you are selector sitting during the lunch picking the team. What would you do? And you've been told Virat and KL are back.
I'm dropping Shubman.
That's what I kind of agree with you, where I think that this was a make or break for both. I think both of them were in a similar situation. Nothing much to choose between the two of them. I know that Shubman has been your number 3 for a long time. Earlier I would have thought that it was unthinkable to drop him, but as soon as they did that in T20 cricket, it gave me an indication that it wasn't that he can't be touched. That means he is fallible, he can be looked at, he can be asked to sit out. He's still not a Virat Kohli or a Rohit Sharma or whatever, that level. He's still not that. So he could have gone, had Iyer went on to get 80, 85 and Shubman was out for 20 or could have changed. Now, has it changed?
But see, if he had reversed the situation, Iyer was batting on 80, Shubman would have fallen for 29. But who would have been the number 3 if you had dropped Shubman?
Iyer.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, Iyer's batted at 3. Was batted at 3.
Yeah, but you're not displacing Virat Kohli from 4.
And especially if, by the way, you would have been looking at Iyer very differently had he been on 80.
Correct.
Yeah.
You'll say, wow, he is good. Number 3.
They played number 3.
I'm telling you, you look at it. Now you're looking differently because of the way he's gone. Now I think the decision has become very easy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
If both are available.
Patidar is out and Iyer
Sorry,
is out.
Rajat.
No. As of now, I think it would be Patidar who will go out.
No, if
Baba,
both come
both-
Both come. No, I'm talking about if just one comes.
Both. See,
Then
KL Rahul is
Then
available. Virat might be available.
might not be available.
I think he'll convey it in the
we
next
just
2
said
days.
if both were.
If.
What did Shreyas Iyer do?
Shreyas Iyer, I think, unlucky when times are not.
This was unlucky dismissal.
No, unlucky as in a brilliant catch is what I mean. Brilliant
Yeah,
catch
but
was
I
taken.
go back to the shot.
Yeah, it was a nothing shot.
It was a terrible shot.
Again, times aren't going well for Shreyas Iyer and he's not helping himself also. Again, he had a really good opportunity. Again, if I'm saying at this point, he also would have been batting with Shubman Gill. Both of them would have taken the team to a really good lead. As of now, it would have been around again 300 even I feel so. So I think he has wasted another opportunity. And if he's again, I feel if he could be a little more lucky, luck would be on his favor if only one of them comes in. And also that Patidar has gotten out.
See, Patidar 100% was always going to be dropped because again he's the debutant.
Yeah.
Very easy to dispose of a debutant. Just ask Shahbaz Nadeem.
But if he would have scored 100, if Patidar would have scored an 80, 90, and
Ifs
Iyer
and
would
buts
have
are
gone
pots
at
and pans, my friend. By
29.
that logic, I'm just saying.
See, when Rajat Patidar got out, that long walk and that slow walk.
He knew.
I've blown it.
He was walking. He walked off the field like a man searching for his keys.
But I mean, for both Patidar as well as Shreyas Iyer, they need to be kicking themselves right now because they couldn't have asked for a better pitch, and more than that, a better situation. Imagine no pressure, 143 run lead you've got. Okay, so you are ahead of the game anyway. You have all the freedom to bat like the way you want to. There's not even batting fourth innings that you have a target in mind. Nothing. So you couldn't have asked for a better situation. You couldn't have asked for a better conditions that you got. You got all of that, and you've blown up your chance.
Shreyas Iyer would be thinking of Nasir Hussain's comment. You can't do that, Ben Stokes. You can't.
See, I'll take nothing away from Ben Stokes because I was looking at that and I'm like, he's getting there, and it'll probably just pop out of his hands. But
He's
if
not
it
catching
touches
it.
his hands, it never pops out of his hands.
But I thought he's not catching it.
Yeah,
Watching it, I was like, okay, he'll make a good effort. He ain't catching that.
This man has some next level clutch genes. You need to
Add to that the run out of Jadeja.
Same.
yes.
You're thinking he's no way. He'll try. Well tried. Boom, hit.
Clutch
Okay.
mentality, I'm telling you. Benjamin Andrew Stokes. I mean,
They
All
may
that is left is now for him to get
A 150.
150 or something in the chase.
which
And
is right
pull
up
him
his
to the
alley.
right.
It's right up his, but it tells you a lot about his impact that you never feel safe as long as he's still in the action, he's still in the game. His captaincy, we are questioning, and rightly so, that it was terrible. Then he'll go and do something like that, which can potentially change the trajectory of the game. And see, his catch ensured that then suddenly the Indian batters are thinking, bit of a pressure situation. Patidar throws away his wicket. No, take nothing away from the catch from Ben
Foakes.
Stokes' rhyming contemporary Ben Foakes. Also a
Ben
good catch.
Stokes, brilliant.
Second
Yes, Bharat
time.
can learn a thing
Yeah.
or two. But
And he's taken
His
two
time is
catches
over to
like
learn
this.
now.
He's taken two catches like this in the same test. Shreyas Iyer in the first innings, and now this.
Brilliant catches. And this, by the way, brilliant because of an inside edge.
Yeah.
Really tough. Outside edge, still slightly easier. To a spinner standing up on an inside edge to a ball that stayed low,
Yeah.
which is Fox the batter because it stayed low. And the inside edge would have taken it further lower.
Yeah.
He's done it twice because even the Shreyas Iyer
Iyer was a
dismissal.
bottom edge.
Yeah, it was a bottom edge. Both were bottom edges.
You know why he's doing, and see why I'm really impressed with folks, because these are not the conditions that he's born and brought up with.
Yep.
So what happens if you're in England, because the bounce is higher, you get up slightly earlier.
exactly,
You get up slightly earlier. To take these bottom edges in condition where the ball has suddenly stayed low, you need to get up very late. And he's doing that.
Exact-
Outstanding.
Technically, I was getting this only that he seems very sound as a wicket keeper, because what the keepers told when they first start keeping, that you have to rise with the ball.
Yeah,
bounce
late,
of the ball.
as late as possible.
with the bounce of the ball, and that's exactly what he's doing. Usually, keepers tend to rise a little earlier. He doesn't do that. He rises with the bounce.
I'll tell you
of the
why
ball.
that's the case.
That's
Because
something that has worked for him.
Because Ben Foakes is predominantly England's wicketkeeper in away series. He has been ever since his test career started. He's-
Primarily subcontinent.
Yeah, especially in the subcontinent, Sri Lanka, India, Pakistan, you name it. Of course, Pakistan they could put Bairstow to keep also and it wouldn't make a difference. But Ben Foakes is predominantly the wicketkeeper in these conditions for this reason.
So
He's a better
just
wicketkeeper.
reminder that it's not only India who has different wicket keepers, because he keeps complaining.
But at least they're both
Different
full-time
conditions, you need
wicketkeepers.
They
different
have
wicket keepers.
different results also at times.
Well, India is having outstanding results. You
Right,
cannot
that's
question.
cricket, yeah.
They played 2 WTC finals.
And then lost both of them.
But they have reached there.
yeah.
And they've been undefeated at home even till now. So
Even
you
till
can't
now.
question that India doesn't. They went to England, drew the series.
Yeah.
2 series in Australia, they won back to back. Went to South Africa, drawn. How many teams have such good record?
Yeah,
so don't go after
Except
India if they
Australia.
have different wicket keepers. Other countries are also doing it.
Yep.
And with Foakes, he actually the only reason he doesn't make it into Baseball's 11 in home is because of his batting. He's a very conventional batter, which goes against him, unfortunately. That's the only reason. And in fact, even this, there was talk that there is a toss-up between him and Bairstow. What made it easier was when Harry Brook pulled out. Then you could play Bairstow as a pure bat. And keep Ben
And
Stokes.
the reason why England plays two keepers differently is because of their batting skills, not because of their keeping skills.
So are they no
They play
the
batting,
difference between KL Rahul and KS Bharat's batting skills? They play for because
No,
of
also
batting
no, I
skills.
disagree. Why? Because Bairstow's keeping his average at best in Test cricket. But Ben Stokes, if you are
Batting
playing,
skills, same
if,
way KL Rahul plays.
if you are playing Ben, if you are judging
Batting skills.
purely as a keeper,
He
Ben
got
Stokes is
100 in
miles
South
ahead.
Africa, my friend.
Two in Centurion,
No, this last series.
and he's got 2 overall in
Yeah,
Centurion.
overall yes. But I'm saying just
Mad.
last series because he played as a wicket keeper. That's why I'm pointing it out.
And if you want to have an example of Bairstow's keeping, go back to the Ashes. He dropped dollies.
More often than not.
Yeah.
So that's
He did.
He's a good keeper for white ball, but Test tends to
Swan.
Shubman Gill, I told you yesterday that runs are coming.
Arey, you have been saying runs are coming for long. So one day it will happen, na? Share aaya. Someday share will come.
the thing
And today, please tell me, no matter how, way he was batting.
I didn't think
I
he was
I
surviving.
still feel that he's playing very tentative. Again,
Yes. So what
Again,
what
he
did you
played
see
the
that?
same shot he got out to Anderson off last time around, that his bat was away from the bat, chasing the ball on the third post stump. Again, this ball wasn't that sort of a delivery, so he was still batting out there. But I think 100 is.
Yeah, from here he should.
If he does-
And
he
he's
doesn't
got
get 100.
confidence. You can
Yeah.
see he's playing his shots.
Now he's playing.
Yeah.
Sandeep Anand, please take the comment.
What a useless bunch of batsmen. Ouch. When there is no demons on the pitch, still they find their own way of getting out and bringing England back into the game time and time again.
Yep.
Sandeep, can't disagree.
They're not making it very easy on themselves,
I
are
won't be
they?
as harsh as
Yeah.
the lines that you use, but can't disagree with you.
I get the bhavnaon ko samajh gaye.
हाँ.
Yeah.
भावनाओं को समझो.
Yes.
Understood.
Yep. Shubham Gill, except Kohli, KL, no one in the Indian team is a good ball lever. Rohit was leaving good in 2021.
Ball
and
lever.
Ball lever.
Ball lever.
Yep. Rohit was leaving good in 21-22, but now he's also unsure of his off stump.
Yeah.
Seems to be that case. I think so. Because see, but that has cropped up in the last 2 tests. In the BGT, he was very good. WTC, he kind of played a shot which he had not played for 2-3 years. The sweep shot against Nathan Lyon.
Of all people.
Yeah.
But also the white ball cricket that you play now,
Yeah.
and also the way Test cricket is going, leaving the ball is scorned upon. It's not looked at as like, wow, what
Yeah,
a skill.
it's no longer
It
an
is-
appreciated skill.
Yeah, but it should be. I
It should be.
completely agree. It's a
But
great
KL
skill.
Rahul really leaves the ball really well. No, honestly.
Oh, yeah. As a
Yeah.
keeper or batter?
No, as a batter. Yeah.
Hey, we all-
Ironically, the skill which we lambasted him for in white ball cricket has served him very well in red ball cricket.
He's very sure about the.
Which ball not to attack.
No, but see, his value you now understand. He's not there. You're missing him in the middle order.
Yeah.
You're 100% missing KL Rahul, the batter in the middle order. 100%. What are we saying? That the middle order is inexperienced, not stepping up. Your favorite Shreyas Iyer, who you thought would do things, not
and,
doing it.
And in the first innings in Hyderabad, he played a very vital role, KL Rahul, with the bat. He was aggressive. He couldn't capitalize on a start, which is very unlike KL Rahul. I mean, he's got 14 50s and 800s.
But see, why he could not? Because that approach got him to 86.
got him to 86, yeah.
Unlike KL, but
Yeah.
he got you very crucial runs.
Indeed.
Rookie techie.
Shreyas has no patience of Test cricket. We should realize the Pujara patience experience value now. Why don't they pick Pujara when they're possessing older Kohli and out of form Rohit?
First up, that first point, hard disagree. No
Yeah.
patience of Test cricket. People, again, revisionist history tends to forget how well he started his Test career. Going through a lean patch of form now, wholeheartedly agree. And if he gets dropped, no one to blame but himself. But let's not put this thing of he has no patience. He's probably, he's saved your skin on multiple occasions in spinning conditions.
I mean, look at Kanpur, New Zealand,
Kanpur, Mirpur.
Mirpur. But again, see,
The patience was needed there.
yeah, it was. But then see, patience and experience were, but Pujara and Rahane got 2 years.
And their form was poor.
Okay, they may have hit gritty 50s. But then the same argument is, they may hit 1 or 2 50s and then struggle for 20 innings.
Intent.
We saw with the intent of the Pujara happened at WTC. Tried an uppercut to Pat Cummins.
Pujara wouldn't have gotten out in the whole series if he was in this team.
You know,
People would
this
have gotten
reminds
out.
me of
Again.
whoever is not in the team
Is the best
They're the
country in
greatest.
sliced bread.
is the greatest batter
Yes,
ever. Please, I
absolutely.
think India now not going back.
Yeah.
And they
They have
should.
made up their mind. Now you will anyway. KL and Virat will return.
Yeah.
But if you are also now going to look beyond, then I think your next guys who should be given a long rope now are Rajat Patidar and Sarfraz.
Correct.
Who will be given chances and you have to persist with. So I think it's not in the immediate future. You're not seeing them go
And it
back.
didn't help with Shreyas Iyer that he got injured and was out for most of 6-7 months in 2023 also.
And even in 2022, remember, he had a very long layoff.
Yeah.
2 years, I mean 2
Got
years.
2 surgeries in 2 years. If I'm not wrong.
2 surgeries, and that, see, which will inflate the height. Okay, even he's struggled for 2-3 years, but then look at the amount of matches he's missed. But now,
Rhythm is king. If you are a batter.
nowadays, there is no long rope, it's only a short thread that the Indian batters are clinging on to.
Okay, Piyush Nandre says Gill might score 100 and fix his spot in the team and then again struggle for 20 innings, and we justify him on the basis of this innings where we have good batting conditions and opposition in pressure. See, again, we've mentioned that this is the best chance that they needed to get run. He is riding on his luck also, we've spoken about in detail. He has to make the most of it at the end of the day. And also, see, again, with Gill, I won't be so harsh as to say, because if you remember Gill, just about 6-8 months ago, he could walk on water. He was the best batter, all format batter that you had. He was scoring runs everywhere. So you know that there is potential there. But there was this dip in form that we saw from the WTC final, which has continued. But just as one inning from him being in fine form led him to this bad patch, it's also, I think, one inning that brings you back. It's all a game of confidence. Who knows? Maybe it's this innings. We all agreed that the way he started off today, woefully out of form, looked like that, woefully short on confidence, didn't seem fit enough to be playing Test cricket. Completely agree. But then it's that one thing, right? One knock that changes. So I can't predict what happens. But let's say if he was to get a big score today, doesn't necessarily have to be 100, if it's an 80, 90, whatever. Big score today, takes that confidence. Or if it's 120, 30, whatever, takes that confidence. Then I'd like to see how he uses that to further his career, whether he gets back into confidence. Now let's see. But if he does not, again has a 10 poor innings, then maybe you would need to look.
And again, see, good batting condition, 6 months back he struggled even there also. He struggled there, he's making good of the situation. And again, see, one basic attribute in Test cricket that he's now showing in this is he's hanging in there. I'm not faced, okay, I got 2 DRS things, it was overturned, 1 catch, went luckily wide of slip. He's hung in there. It's not allowed to play.
That happens to the best of batters.
Exactly.
Now, why do you consider Sachin Tendulkar greatest? There were times that he would have these phases where he just, wasn't looking like the best batter on the planet that he was. Yeah. But then he would ride over that. And then once he got those few chances, then he wouldn't let go of that opportunity. That's what made him
taking on the Tendulkar factor. I mean, do you remember 2003-04? He failed in 6 innings. But then he bounced back with a 241 and a 60 in Sydney with discipline. Yeah. He had scores of 0, then he had a 0 and 1, then he had a 0 and 37, and then 241 and 60. So, discipline. Naval Singh. Nowadays, if batter steps out, they just look to loft the ball. The Pujara Lakshman way of playing defense ground strokes has not been thought.
Very good point. I was also thinking about that yesterday. That what has happened to the time where using your feet does not always mean that you have to tonk it. Using your feet was done to reach the pitch of the ball, also get the bowler to vary his length.
Correct.
If you're going to keep sitting on the crease, he'll keep bowling on that tappa if he finds it and make it tough. When you start using your feet, even if it's for a single or just a defense for no runs, that gets him to think, changes in line, and then suddenly you'll get that half volley. Yep. Which will be like a pitch in the middle of the stump and you can whack it wherever you want. So you need to do that. I agree that skill is also disappearing.
Even
Pujara was the last of that.
Lakshman, if you look at it, he would dance down the track. He may be thinking of going to mid-wicket, but he would hit it through extra cover to a ball outside leg stump.
He would hit fours also.
Yeah. But he used to attack one like that.
Yeah. In Kolkata, that's how he used to throw one off his length. But he would pitch it around leg, dance down, whack it through extra cover. Wow.
Akash Bardaj, given a choice, who are you selecting for the next test? Rajat or Iyer, if you had to pick one?
Iyer, obviously. No brainer.
Iyer.
You'd keep him as a squad option. You can send Patidar back to play domestic cricket. You'd rather have him playing domestic.
Though I must say that how Patidar played in that first innings looked very good. Yeah. Very assured against Spain. I like the look of him. Can't judge him just on 2 innings.
No, so he is. Even if it's left to me, I would go with Patidar. Patidar.
Yeah, you would, but we are answering what the
Selectors
team
would-
will.
Yeah, they would definitely.
Not selector,
Are-
captain, coach pick the 11.
Yeah, everyone.
Are Madhya Pradesh in a good position in the Ranji Trophy?
Yeah, yeah.
Are they in line for the quarterfinals?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Then Patidar should go back to Ranji and
No, then if even
Madhya
Mumbai
Pradesh.
are.
no, but I think Iyer will be
Mumbai
there in the
and Iyer.
squad.
But
na?
but if even if Iyer goes out, will he play?
Yeah, he played a game.
One
He
because
played
was
one game
told.
because he was told to. He himself confirmed. Also, if you're dropping anyone, then it's most likely going to be Sarfaraz, who we know is a beast in Ranji Trophy.
No, but not talking about squad. 11. So at first, not in the 11.
Yeah.
He played for Andhra, right? Mumbai versus Andhra.
Yeah,
Shreyas Iyer.
Shreyas.
Yeah.
Or was it Bihar?
No,
It was Andhra. That was
Bihar was
the
the first game Mumbai.
44, right? I think he hit the
Bihar was
48
that.
or 48.
Bihar was that match. No, 2 11s.
Oh, yes.
And that 12 year, he also, it was a really headline making.
Yep.
Oh
It
yeah.
was, it was.
Okay, game started. Thank you so much for your comments. Can't take all of them. Probably will try and take it during tea time. Tea is also a short show. Post match.
Post-match.
First match.
Most comments we will take. That's a hour-long show that we do. Okay.
Yep.
For the moment, bye bye. Take care.
Nandri.